What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. This is Life in Anxiety. Today, I wanted to talk about dreams or dreams in general. Sorry, my dog was reaching for me. I had to pet her. She's a little dachshund. I love her. Um, but for the longest time, I have had a dream every single night, probably for like the past like 6 years. And my channel is centered around mental health awareness and disorders, anxiety, depression, PTSD. And I feel like that this falls into maybe being one of the symptoms of having an overactive mind or anxiety or constant worry is that I dream every night. And it's not really fun. It'd be nice just to have a night where it's just like black and then maybe wake up to go to the bathroom quick and go back to bed. Wake up, sun's out. But no, not for me. Not for me. So, excuse me. So, my dreams usually center around conflicts that are in my past or something that's bothering me or something way back that is way under the id and all that good stuff, psychology good stuff, and it'll pop up, and there'll be themes of stuff like that. Um, and that's a common thing, and I've gotten used to it. I don't really enjoy it. Um, Being reminded of things that cause me negative feelings or displeasure, but I've gotten used to it, and everyone needs to sleep. So I'm never really excited to go to sleep. I mean, I'm excited to sleep. I'm not excited to dream. It's like when I close my eyes and I know getting ready to go to sleep, I wonder in the back of my head, I'm like, what's it gonna be this time? Because it's either gonna be something from my past that pops up and has recurring themes, a message that my mind won't let go because it's constantly on, constantly thinking, even in my sleep, or it's something way out of the left field. And sometimes less than the other, the things in my past, I'll have them more, but sometimes I have the way out of left field dreams. And that's what I want to talk about in this video. So buckle up. It's they get pretty dark. And also, please let me know if any of my subscribers that suffer from any mental health disorder experiences influx in dreams. Just let me know in the comments uh, if it's common. I know it's common for me. It might not be common for everyone. So last night was one of those nights that I had one of those dreams way out of left field, and they're usually dark and not for the meek. Um, so let's let's continue. Now I remember two portions of this dream, which I believe may be the full dream, but if not, and if I forgot some, they're definitely the main takeaways that stuck with me when I woke. Because as you know, you don't always remember your full dream. So in this dream, it starts off with me in this dark room. It's a big room and it has cobblestone floors. and it has like this very long table in the back. It's it's kind of like a table. It's more like a desk, maybe something you would see at a college that you would sit behind. But that was in the background, almost like a professional setting, but it was dark. It was like almost like you weren't supposed to see, but there was just enough. There was no light, but it was like a shade. It was a film. It was a film of darkness. And there are these people, very quiet people, and they were all standing around this room, kind of like separated from each other, not by far. And I had this sense that they were there for a common reason. And what was eerie about these individuals was that instead of their face, they had they had like this big rag, not like a hood or anything, like a rag that that held fast to their face, or was fastened to their face, like, enough to breathe, but they're just like white. And then they had like these red robes, and they all just they their posture was off as far as a normal person who would probably just be standing. They all kind of had like the slouch, and they were real quiet. There's probably like five or six of them, like the red red cloaks, just standing on the cobblestone that's in the room, four walls, and you can barely make out, but like make out the figures. Like I said, there's a film of darkness. And also in the background there were, I don't want to say smoke, but they're pitch black, like almost like steam coming up here and there in the background, like darkness, like like evil. And in this dream, I wasn't very terrified at this point. I don't know why. Um, I think it's because I've had some pretty crazy dreams in the past. But it was just dead quiet. It was dead quiet. And then all of a sudden, I felt the room descending, the sense of descending. We were descending down. We were going down, very, very far down. And instead of like it emerging into like a consistent it snapped to the next scene. So like we were emerging down, and then instead of seeing like the room disappear or anything, it just snaps to the next scene. And the next scene is we're in this place, and I know we went down for a long time. You could feel it in the pit. I could feel it in the pit of my stomach that we were going down. There's that sensation, almost like an elevator, but it was like more eerie. And now it just snaps to the next scene, and these individuals with these hooded, rags over their face, are all kind of huddled around, and the landscape has changed. So instead of a room, now it's this vast open area, um, probably about as large as a football field, maybe two. And if you look up to the farthest end, there's like a rock, uh, a mountain, like just straight rock that goes up, like shale. And it was like that all throughout the edges. And there was fire, rising out. Some of it was stone ground, some of the stone ground, and all these little beings are kind of huddled around this one little area. And this is where the dream freaked me out. While I was in the dream, this was the scariest point of the dream. In the middle, they're all kind of huddled around this middle. There was like this circular, almost like a cutout, like kind of like a well, but much larger. And I had this over sense of dread. I didn't want to approach it, but I felt like I had to approach it. So I approached it, and instead of a well, it was this really, really large being, um, being suspended, like probably like 5 feet. Like say the well's edge is like this, like consistent with the ground. He was probably like 5 feet down, and he was suspended. This huge creature, like humanoid, but very muscular, and he was suspended by chains, and the chains were mounted on each side of this well like hole, and this hole you could see past him. If you look down and past him, it just was complete darkness. But it was hot too, and this being he was struggling like with this chain, these chains that were wrapped around him. Whenever he struggled, you could hear that click, like clink, when you're trying to struggle and you're being suspended by chains. But this thing was huge. Okay, it was like humanoid, but it was muscular. It was also wrapped, and it was wrapped in chains, but beneath the chains there were like cloth, and there was like there's metal covering, some of his lower and upper portion. And he was suspended. He was like this. So when he rattled, it's not like his arms were free. And I instantly knew that was the devil. Not to make me sound like a crazy person, I have really, really bad dreams sometimes. I don't know if could be medication, could be whatever. But going forward with the story, his face was humanoid, but it was like kind of came up to like a rectangle, like it wasn't totally human. And there were there were rags wrapped around his face, a combination of rags and like a mask and like more rags. But there was like a slit, and you could see his eye, and his eye was like ember red. And I went forward to see this. I felt compelled to go see this being or see what was there. And as soon as I walked forward, I was completely terrified. I didn't want to be there. And this being, he starts struggling, talking, and when he talks, it's really, really low, and it echoes, it booms against those like mountainsides of that large open area. And I shook, I shook with terror. And he's like telling me, he's like, you will face me. It's like, you will face me. And each time he said that, he was trying to break loose, and I was scared to death. This creature in my dream, what I know was, you know, known to be, the devil, is going to break loose. And I knew it wasn't good as far as in the dream. Also, I'm not sure about the Bible, but I believe Satan's supposed to be locked away, so that's pretty crazy. Because that opening wasn't like supposed to be a well. it was supposed to be like a tomb. And before I got there, like I innately knew that there was something that was supposed to be covering that. But I knew we were in a certain section of hell. I knew that, to be certain. But he was like bellowing and beckoning, commanding me. He's like, "You will come here. You will face me." And each time he said that, some of the rags would burn away from his face. And this was the most terrifying part of the dream was I did not want to see his face. I knew deep down that that was going to be the scariest thing. And it kept burning away whenever he wriggled and yelled for me. And I was like, I don't know if it's me being used to dreams and having really bad dreams. I was like I knew that I had to go. That was the only way for the dream to stop. Or, usually wake up before the scariest part of the dream. I don't know if that's a part of lucid dreaming. It might be, but I don't know. If I knew I was dreaming, I just knew I had to go, and that would be that. This is the only way to get out of that place. So I got closer to that little well hole and, heard his bellowing voice, and his face started to show. And I'm just like, I'm here. I'm not scared. I'm not scared. And I mean, I was scared, but I knew I had to step up. And this is how crazy my dreams and how um you what's the word? How intricate they are. They're just insane. When they come out of left field. That's not the first time I had dreams where I went to hell. Not that I'm proud. I just like I said, I feel like this is something that I want to talk about, dreams and the hyperactive mind. And then also another factor, which I probably should be talking about, is I watch a lot of horror movies. But anywho, this is how the dreams ends. I walk up and he's trying to get out of his chains and the rags and the mask are starting to melt, start to see his full face, and it's just hideous, like disfigured embry. And I wake up. And like I said, that's the only parts I remember. I mean, it may have gone on longer, but I don't know. I have a good feeling that's the point where I actually woke up. Because in my experience of how many screwed up dreams I have, because of my mind, not wanting to click off, the worst parts will wake you up. So I woke up. But I mean, that's it for one of my creepy dreams. You could write a Stephen King series on some of my dreams. Serious, it's crazy. But anywho, I just want to share that, excuse me, getting tired. Um, if anybody else has crazy dreams, due to disorders or like anxiety or PTSD, that I mean, I know that people have dreams. It's a symptom of these type of disorders, but like crazy out of left field dreams, let me know. And if anybody's interested and like this video, next time I have one, I will share another one. But, until next time, this is me signing out. It's been a long Monday. Everybody have a good, dreamless night. Or if you do dream, I wish you a happy one. All right.